Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gary gzduel here today to show you guys my Chaos Ninja profile for the January 2014 format. I'm very happy with this deck, with the tinkering, with the Chaos Monsters, adding an extra Chaos Sorcerer, and adjusting some of the spell and traps. I really think that this deck has a chance this format. So without further ado, let me get into the deck profile itself. From the monsters, we have one BLS, one white dragon ninja, one light pulsar dragon, two chaos sorcerer, three Hanzo, one honest, one debris dragon, two summoner monk, three upstart golden ninja, two effect veilers. For the spells, we have reinforcement of the army, dark hole, three upstart goblins, two pot of duality, three mystical space typhoon, one book of moon, and two Kaiser Coliseum. For the traps, we have one bottomless trap hole, two dimensional prison, one compulsory evacuation, two fiendish chains, three ninjutsu art of super transformation, and one solemn warning. For the extra deck, we have one trident dragon, one black rose dragon. For the XYZ, we have Constella Ptolemy's M7, master key beetle, Evil Czar Loggia. Yes, it's an Evil Czar Loggia. I'll talk about how I can get this out. One Omega, Constello Omega. One Black Ship of Corn. One Silent Honor Arc is a very good card. New card that came out. Also Diamond Direwolf, Paladynamo, X-Sidehell Knight, Maystroke, Lavable Chain, Deep Abyss Dweller, and also the Gagaga Cowboy. For the side deck, we have one Effect Veiler, two Soul Taker, two Twisters, two Overworked, two Vanity's Emptiness, one Soul Drain. I wish they bring this card back to like three of these DNA surgeries. I'll talk about why this is really good, and two Debunks. So in the main deck, I think I want to talk about the changes. First, I wanted to talk about White Dragon Ninja. So we had to take out one Debris Dragon because it's limited to one. And you only have two dragons targets if you take out one Debris Dragon. So you only have one Debris Dragon plus one Light Pulsar Dragon. So you definitely need a third dragon target to transform into, since you have three Hanzos as well as three Super Transformation. I decided to go with the White Dragon Ninja because it's easy to transform to. It's not that bad. It's only level 7. So from a level 3 or higher monster, level 3 level or higher monster, you can transform and get into this thing. It has a really good effect of protecting your back row, which you depend on mostly in order to stall, in order to defend your weaker monsters. You also want this card because you want to defend the Kaiser Coliseum, which I also play, because if you can prevent the Kaiser Coliseum from being destroyed by Mystical Space Typhoon, it's very difficult for them to remove the White Dragon Ninja himself, because he has 2,700 attack. So if you have one Kaiser Coliseum and one White Dragon Ninja, that means they have to summon one monster that has higher attack than White Dragon Ninja, and that seems relatively difficult. Now, of course, you can say he can get rid of your White Dragon Ninja by spell of traps. Yes, they could, but that's another thing. That would be a potential answer, but it's an answer that they have to come up with. So White Dragon Ninja is very good. The only downside with White Dragon Ninja is if you draw it, it's kind of useless. So in order to counteract that, you play Light Pulsar Dragon, so that if your Light Pulsar Dragon ends up in the grave, and then you have, I don't know, like a White Dragon Ninja plus a dark monster, say you have like a Summoner Monk with no spells, then you can choose to just discard the White Dragon Ninja plus a Summoner Monk, one light, one dark, and then you can revive the Light Pulsar in your graveyard. I know it's not optimal, but it can't be that good of a card. It will have some drawbacks. Now, you might ask me, what about these Chaos Monsters? What about the addition of a Chaos Sorcerer? How does that work for you? Well, it works pretty well because you can go for some major pushes now. You can actually make the Ptolemy's M7 the rank 6 much more frequently as well. It's just a good monster on its own. And since I'm playing the two new summoner monks, it really helps with the deck as well, because I've added more dark targets. So you'll see that you'll have like 5 light targets with 3 Upstart Golden Ninja plus 2 Veilers, and also 5 dark targets with 3 Hanzo and 2 Summoner Monks. So getting out Chaos monsters is no problem. You might sometimes find that it gets cloggy, but it's really okay, because as long as you wait just a little bit, you will be able to summon these guys out. So overall, playing 2 is very worth it. Okay, another thing about the change in the Debris Dragon, so it came down to 1. So how good is it now? It's still very, very good. I think 1 is actually the perfect number for Debris Dragon, because you don't want to draw too many of them in the early game without without a Golden Ninja to go with it, to combo with it. So 1 is really good. You can always transform into it with Super Transformation. And also you might see I'm opting to go for super consistency, going with 3 Upstart Goblin and 2 Pod Duality. It's because you can discard these Upstart Goblins as well as the Duality in order for you to activate Summoner Monk's effect. So you can pay the cost when you don't want to draw, and when you don't have the pieces that you need, you can use them to make your deck much faster. And when you're side decking, these cards are basically the first to go, rather than Upstart Goblin. You can side in things that really help you, like DNA Surgery or something against Bujins, against Fire Fist, against Prophecy. It really helps. So also, I want to talk about Kaiser Coliseum and how good it is. It's really good because you have things that protect it. You have White Dragon Ninja, which obviously protects this. You can also go for a first turn a Master Key Beetle, because I do play the Summoner Monk, and then you can use Summoner Monk, get out a Hanzo, and a Hanzo will actually help you search for a Upstart Golden Ninja, so you +1 off of that. And then you activate Kaiser Coliseum, and then you go into Master Key Beetle, because those 2 cards are dark, and then you can use Master Key Beetle to protect your Kaiser Coliseum, and it's a real pain for a lot of decks with weaker monsters. So if you're facing against someone who's playing Geargia, it's kind of difficult for them to get over your thing, because their monsters' attacks are inherently so small that they rely a lot on synchroing and XYZing, that if you have a Master Key Beetle out on the first turn with a Kaiser Coliseum, they basically lose. So that's another thing that's really good about this deck. I promise that I'll talk about Loggia, and the reason why you have Loggia is because you play 3 DNA Surgery. You can use DNA Surgery and call dinosaurs, because your deck is really, really good at going into rank 4 XYZs. Like, you can go into it a number of ways. You can go into it with Golden Ninja, you can go into it with Summoner Monk, you can also go into it with Debris Dragon. So it's very easy for you to go into the rank 4 XYZs. Now, the best rank 4 XYZ, of course, are, in my opinion, other than Ophion, would be these Evil Czar monsters, Loggia and Doka. Now, if you have DNA Surgery, you're probably facing up against a deck who's, I don't know, like Prophecy, or if you're facing against a deck like Fire Fist, then if you summon out, if you activate this DNA Surgery and then you summon out Loggia, that's just like adding salt to the wound. Like, they can't do anything to you. The only thing they have is probably a Missile Space Typhoon, and then you can negate that with the effect of Loggia. It's just kind of unfair. So I play Loggia. Plus, you have a lot of flexibility in your extra deck. You only go for rank 4 XYZs, so you have a lot to choose from. Playing 1 Loggia won't screw up your choices there. And in the extra deck, just briefly, you want the 3rd Veiler, because it seems to me like the new meta right now is something like Geargia, Fire Fist, with a little bit of Prophecy. So Effect Veiler definitely helps with those matchups. You want the 2 Soul Taker, because you really want to just take away generic monsters that just like hinder your plays. For example, I don't know, if your opponent goes for first turn, if he's playing Mermail's first turn Abyss Gaios or something like that, you don't really want to deal with that stuff. So you want to be able to get rid of it so that you can play your Hanzo. You want to play 2 Twister, because sometimes people will play Royal Decree. People will play some really annoying field cards. I don't know. So you can get rid of those guys with ease. It also gets rid of Tenki and Fire Formation spell and traps. 2 Overworked. Overworked is really good against Fire Fist as well as Mermails and I don't know, Insectors. Just things that have field cards that increase their attack or change the attack of the monsters. Bujins as well. So it's pretty good. It's a very versatile card. Vanity's Emptiness, no needs to be said. Plus, Vanity's Emptiness has great synergy with this deck because you have White Dragon Ninja and as well as Master Key Beetle. So you'll have the option of protecting your Kaiser Coliseum, or you can have the option to protect your Vanity's Emptiness. It's a really, really powerful card to work with. Soul Train, basically the best side deck card, but they won't let me have 3. So, you'll play at 1. 3 DNA Surgery. I think in the current meta with like Fire Fist and stuff, with Bujins, Prophecy, you really need to play DNA Surgery. DNA Surgery just counters most of those decks. The most flexible side deck card. So of course you want to play it, and of course you want to play some debunks because hand traps are a thing. Mermails play a lot of like things that activate in the hand. So this prophecy, and you really don't want your Hanzo to get Veilered sometimes. So this is good. It also negates effects that activated in the graveyard, so that can be very helpful too when you're against Bujins and everything. So the side deck is really good, very well tailored to the meta. So if you have any questions about the deck, if you think you can improve it, if you have any suggestions on that, please feel free to drop in the comment section down below. I read all of your comments, and if I think that you need help, if I think that the question is really good, I will respond, of course. And as always, this is Gary gzduel signing out.